Well, thank you so much, Jirka, for these very kind words of introduction. I will give the full floor to my colleague who actually has been working on the presentation based on the two national reports that we had the pleasure to prepare for this project in a team of three people, and two of us are here with you today, even if it's online. My intervention will be very, very short because we are pressed by time, and Bartosz has made a nice presentation that I'm sure he'll share with you in a few seconds. I just wanted to thank you wholeheartedly for all the terrific work that all the organizers, the Maribor team, has put into this effort. We are tremendously thankful, sorry, to you all. And although we cannot make it to Portorož, and we are sorry about that. It is a great pleasure to be able to make a small contribution to this terrific project. So thank you for that. And without further ado, I see that Bartosz is already, so please go on.
Dear colleagues, thank you. I want to excuse myself for my voice. I don't have corona, but I'm a little bit sick, so I hope you can see my presentation. I'm not sure whether you are able to see that, so just give me a small sign
yes,
whether it's possible.
Your presentation.
Yes, okay, thank you. Well, as you can see, the wonderful view of Slovenia from I think the most exciting lake in Slovenia. We are missing it really a lot, and I've been this year to Slovenia in February, and it is a terrific country. I love it really a lot. So too bad we cannot be there like in real, but at least we can enjoy this view. What I kind of try to do is wanted to give you a short introduction, and I wanted to point out the German judgment. And I did this because I'm originally a German lawyer practicing law in Germany and in the Netherlands. And I wanted to show to you that the differences between the Dutch and Belgian judgments are very slightly. The reason for that is that they are based on the French law. And just to show you a little bit of the differences, I thought it might be interesting just to show a German judgment first and explain to you how it is built up. To be honest, the differences or the structure of those judgments are irrespectively, basically, there are always some differences, of course, and some specific rules, but basically the structure is kind of the same, as I will show you. So first we will take a look on the German judgment. I tried to make it not in a text form, but more to visualize that, so you can kind of see what kind of parts a German judgment has. And if I put number 1, it's mostly the court and the case number. And above that, it's im Namen des Volkes, so in the name of the public. You see the decision. Then you go down and you have the parties of the judgment or of the procedure involved. So there you can see who is involved in this, as well the addresses as the representative. So if they are represented by attorneys, so you can see then the attorneys. Then under number 3, you have a small explanation. It's mostly 1 or 2 sentences. What is the dispute about? So it says, for instance, it is a claim for damage, liability, etc. Then you can you get the court decision. Here actually you get the dictum, and in the dictum it's kind of the decision the court is made based on the facts and on the claim and maybe the counterclaim. After that, you get the facts as they are stated by the court. So when something is disputed or it has to be proven, the court is puts there the facts as it has stated them for making his decision, for giving the grounds of the decision. Based on those facts, and after that, the side of the claimant and the side of the defendant is shown by the court. So what's the claim and the motivation of the claim, as well as what is the defense and the motivation of the defense. And at the end, the court is giving his motivation of the decision it has reached under number 4. So it's actually the interesting thing is that you also see that the claim which is filed to the court has the same structure. So in the writ of summons, you also write in Germany first what you're claiming, and then you give the reasoning for that afterwards. So the decision is at the beginning. The Dutch and the Belgian system is kind of the other way around, because it starts as well with the court, the case number, and in the name of the king. It's at least in the Netherlands. Then you have the plaintiff and the defendant. Then all the steps within the procedure are shown by the court. So here you see whether there were the writ of summons was giving the answer, what kind of documents were delivered to the court, what kind of decisions were given by the court. Those things you see under number 3, and that's just a list of the steps taken by the court. Under number 4, you see the facts as they were stated by the court. So here again, the court decides what's the content, what are the facts of the case. Number 5, you see what is the claim. In 99% of the cases, at least in the Netherlands where I practice, the court kind of copy pastes the petitum of the writ of summons here into it, and shows in a few words what's the ground, what's the motivation of the plaintiff. In certain cases, the court is doing the same thing for the defendant. So it says what's the defense and gives an explanation of the defense. However, you see quite often that the court refers to the defense not under number 5, but under number 6, where it gives a decision and the motivation of its decision. Here, the court says, well, the defense was, or this point was disputed, and then gives straight away an answer to it. Number 6 is kind of compared to the German system. It is also the motivation. Here it says first the formal aspect, the substantive decision, and what's different with German, he gives the costs. It says this amount is due to one or the other side. So this judgment or the decision contains as well decision on costs. At the end, you have the court decision, and then the handwriting or the signature of the judges. But you see that the decision of the court, the dictum, is really at the end. So what I've done right now is to compare it, to give you just an overview. We have put those 2 judgments, or the 2 forms of judgment, next to each other, so you can see a little bit how such judgments are built up. And to be honest, the writ of summons, as you have in Germany or in the Netherlands, has kind of the same structure, where you you file your claim in the German system at the beginning of the writ almost, and then you make the grounds of it. And in the Netherlands, you give first the grounds, and then you say the court should decide like this. The structure as it is in both countries, and I might be wrong, but this is at least what I've experienced, is almost the same for every decision. So it shows the key aspects of such a decision in those two systems. I thank you for your attention, and I hope I kind of speed it up a little bit. So